This year has finally come to an end. Goodbye 2025. Thank you for all the things that you brought me. 2025 was a crazy year for me. I have achieved so much in so short time that I didn't even think that was possible. But I only did this because I had a shift in my mindset. I decided that I could no longer waste time. These are just a few wins that I've made in 2025. I went from 13 followers to 3,380 followers. I went from zero to my first $500 in SaaS revenue. I shipped in total this year 9 new digital products, 5 iOS apps and 4 SaaS. But the most important thing, I failed. And I failed hard. And I failed multiple times, which you probably think that is not good, but this is probably the best thing that you could possibly have in your journey, especially in the beginning. Because if you can fail fast and if you can learn fast from your mistakes, you can grow even faster. So let's start with my first win, from 13 followers to 3,380 followers. This year I decided to build my personal brand to go full online, because I think that right now the most valuable currency you can get is attention, and you can only get attention via social media. I chose X because X is the best place to grow and earn money, especially as an indie developer. TikTok is too wavy. The algorithm one day rewards you like hell and one day it brings you to hell. So it was too unstable for me to try it and be consistent on it. That's why I chose X, because X is vast. You can text, you can do videos, you can do images, and that's why I chose it as my main platform of communication. And on X, I even made my first content creator money, because X as a program, which is like the creator program that pays you when you reach a certain amount of impressions and verified followers, which I did with my hard work and with my daily post. The second thing I did was to open my YouTube channel. This was not my first time, because I started a YouTube channel when I was a little bit younger and I did magic tricks, so that is a bit weird. But right now I decided to create a YouTube channel because, to be honest, I saw Mark Liu creating it and going full on it, and I met him there. I didn't meet him through X, I met him via YouTube. So I decided, okay, this could be something that I could do, because the more I'm exposed to social media, the more I can get recognized and more I can get new followers and new people to interact with. Now, on the SaaS part, I started learning JavaScript just this year in March, and in like 8 months, I went from learning JavaScript to build 4 SaaS and making my first $500 in digital products. I even made 5 iOS apps in the beginning of the year, because I was trying to push out there as much things as possible, because I was trying to see what things did the algorithm want. They wanted something like really scheduled, really detailed, or something fast, something that goes trendy. And I learned a lot. I also want to say that my iOS apps didn't go very well. Just one of my latest one, which is Corona, which is my favorite, went a little bit trendy and viral when I made a post later in the year on my X profile, because I was getting traction, I was getting followers. In the end of the year, I didn't get any of it, because I didn't have followers. You see the importance of followers, you see the importance of having a personal brand, a community out there. More people see what you do. And this is super important, because if you want to be recognized, if you want to spread your things, your product, you need a social proof. You need a social media account. You need something on the internet. Otherwise, you're completely invisible. In fact, I even went full on social media this year, that just yesterday I made my first live ever, and I scheduled a challenge with myself, an accountability challenge, which was to make the 10% push-ups of the followers I had, because I slacked off gym for 2 weeks later this year in December because of work, and this is not good. So I made 400 push-ups live and 180 people joined. This is like a cinema room full of people that went there just to watch me, and This is amazing. Me, as a nobody, who started from zero, had a cinema room full of people just to watch me. You understand? This is crazy. But now, let's go back to reality. Let's go back to the yin and yang. Where you win, you fail. And those were my most important failures of 2025. First one, my first SaaS failed. I spent 3 months on it and I got 0 users. 0. Not even one. Maybe one, but they were just my friends. Marketing wasn't good. The app wasn't good. The app wasn't requested. I just did something that wasn't useful. I did something that was so saturated that didn't work. And if you're curious, my SaaS was DP's templates, which is actually what my first video on YouTube were about, building that, and that failed. But that was important because it taught me so much. It taught me to actually made a marketing analysis to see if the idea is actually requested or not. And in that case, it wasn't. But given that I'm a bit dumb and a bit stupid, I did the same mistakes with my second SaaS, which is IndieDevs. You probably know me from there. If you're like early in the day, you probably know me from there because I spent also 2 to 3 months building that, and that didn't go very well. Yes, I made like $100 out of it. I made a little bit of users, but it wasn't a painkiller. And this is super important. You don't have to build vitamin. You have to build pain killers. Vitamins only works if you have something that can go trendy. Otherwise, it just doesn't work. And another fail, which I talked about earlier in the video, is that I neglected working out for work. And this is not good. I didn't go to the gym. I skipped gym. I skipped training for 2 weeks, maybe even 2 weeks and some days, because I was focused on work. And this is not good. Physical health is super important, but the most important thing that the gym can give you, besides the physical part, is the mental part, is the mental health. Because it's like you go there and just pull off some steam, so it's really important to not neglect it. It's okay if you go once a week when you work, but to not neglect it fully like I did. It was a mistake. So we are now here to the part that everybody wants to know. What lesson have I learned, and what can I suggest you and suggest my future self for 2026? 1, to not overthink. Build. You have an idea, ship it fast. Do an MVP 1 week, 2 weeks. One feature that is working, push it out there. Market it like your life depends on it and see if it works. If it doesn't, move on. You wasted 2 weeks. You didn't waste 3 months like I did. So please do this. 2, do not delay anything. You're not guaranteed a tomorrow. If you have some idea in mind, do it right now. If you have some curiosity in mind, searching online, ChatGPT, Gemini, wherever you want. You have free, fast information right now. It is possible to access knowledge instantly. In like 10 seconds, you can make a culture out of a topic. So please do not postpone things. Do not delay things. If you have an idea in mind, if you have a thing to learn, a thing to know, take out the phone, write it down, schedule it and do it, or look it up right away, because time is running out and you're not guaranteed a tomorrow. 3, probably this is the hardest part. Do it even if you're tired. Do it even if you're scared. In fact, I might argue that you should do the thing especially in those times where you're tired and when you're scared, because you're training your brain to think that you are the kind of person that can do the work when he's tired and when he's scared, which is a key ingredient to be successful with what I saw. I'm not successful, but I know that if I apply this, I will become successful, because people who are successful have this. So please train on it. You're going to fail. I failed a lot on this. I'm not perfect, even just a tiny bit, nothing. I'm the most imperfect person out there, but I try. And this is worth more than just laying in bed and say, yeah, I'm not like this. Try, fail, try, fail, try, fail. You will win. It's mathematical. It's like rolling a dice. If you want to get to 6, you will get 2, 2, 1 2 3 4 3 5 5 5, then mathematically you will get a 6 6. It's in the realm of probability, the realm of possibility. So please do the work. Try to do the work even when you're tired, even half an hour, even an hour. Just show up, because you will never miss a lucky day if you try every day. Everything can change out of nothing. Everything can change out of a blue. That has actually happened to me twice this year with X, and one is happening right now, which is the algorithm changed and I went invisible again. All the progress that I made went invisible. I was gone, out of the radar. I wasn't on the people's feed. I give up? I didn't give up. I tried. I posted every day. And someday I got my luck and the post went viral again. I started making followers again. People were starting to notice me again. And I'm sure this will happen again, even if the algo doesn't change, because I know that if I'm consistent and if I keep posting and if I keep improving my post, I cannot go invisible. I'm too good to go invisible. And you should think that too. And that was it. That is my suggestion to you guys and to my future self for the key concept to follow for 2026. I hope this was helpful somehow. I did a lot of thinking and analysis about this because this is super important to me, because I try to be better every day, every month, every week, every year. And so I hope that helped you open your mind somehow. If you want to share your resolutions, if you want to share your ideas, please do in the comments. Follow me on X if you want to contact me there. Wherever you want, I'm here. Thank you guys for joining. I'll see you guys in 2026. Thank you for staying with me this year. I'll see you guys next year. Bye.